Welcome to all. This is the first time we've had parents and caregivers in person since September 2019 for Back to School Night. So, welcome to Back to School Night 2022. I'm Amy Bryan, and I'm the proud principal, and I've proudly been serving here in that role for 20 years. Since the pandemic began, we've made a number of significant changes to our physical plant. All of the student and staff bathrooms have been updated over the past 3 summers. Last summer, we had the canopy above the gym doors installed to provide students cover from inclement weather. A private lactation wellness room was created within the existing staff lounge space for our staff. And then the walking path on our upper playground was installed this past July. We saw upgrades that not only benefited our students, but also our staff as well. And why is that important to elevate? And that's because when the staff is well, they can provide better care to your children. And of course, it's significant because we want your children to be well. And so although we have an older building, we are very proud of our little school and the character that it provides for our daily living and learning. So, but more importantly, I wanted to share that I wanted to give you some brief insight into what our school staff focus is for this 22-23 school year. Academics certainly matter here at Germantown, but so does inclusivity. This equity umbrella that you see on your screen shows our instructional and relational focus here at GES. And Mr. Parker, our wonderful new assistant principal, will share a little more. Here's Mr. Parker.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephen Parker, the new assistant principal here at Germantown Elementary. The first few weeks have been amazing. It's been such a nice transition for me to join this community. Your kids are wonderful. It's been so great getting to know so many of them. One of the reasons why I really enjoyed joining this school was that our summer leadership, we learned all about how our focus this year is going to be on equity and inclusion. So one thing we talked about this summer was the equity umbrella that Germantown Elementary School is going to be kind of gearing our work toward. So I'm going to pause for a second to give you a chance to look at a graphic of the equity umbrella so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, now that you've had a chance to look at it, let me explain a few of the things on there just a little bit. So we want to be more inclusive for everybody so that every student feels seen and welcomed here at our school, no matter what their background is, no matter what language they speak, no matter what country they're from, no matter what their family makeup is. Everything is going to make them feel like they are part of the Germantown community, and that will eliminate a huge barrier to education for them. We want them to feel very welcome in the classroom, in the hallway, at lunch, recess, everywhere. So we're going to be doing lots of training to make sure that everyone knows how to make sure every kid feels seen and welcomed. So part of that was we realized that we needed to update our mission statement. Our old mission statement was good, but it wasn't as inclusive as we wanted it to be. So we spent part of the summer updating the mission statement, and we also created a pathway to the mission statement. The mission statement is a great place to get to, but we needed to have steps to get there. So I'm going to pause again so you can see our new mission statement and the pathway. You may not have realized from the old one, but this one does have more inclusive language. And so we hope that you feel that this can represent you and your family. Another part of the equity umbrella was the relationships and restorative justice piece. Restorative justice is something that MCPS is rolling out to all schools, and we are embracing. Restorative justice means that not only when kids do something that maybe they shouldn't do, they get educated on what they should do, but also If it negatively impacted another kid, we will definitely be making sure that that other child feels that they are still seen and heard and everything is going well. You're going to hear a lot more about restorative justice at a future PTA meeting. So we're going to hold off on explaining too much about it. But just know that it is something that we are rolling out here countywide, and it is something that we really feel strongly will benefit our children. The other thing we're really focusing on here at Germantown is inclusive language. Inclusive language means you may have noticed in things coming home, instead of saying to the parents of, it's saying to the parents or caregivers of. We want every child to feel that their family is valued, whether they have a single parent, two parents, being raised by grandparents, aunts and uncles, anybody who is their caregiver. We want them to know that we value their input into our school and that we know they care about students, and we just want them to feel very welcome. So inclusive language is an important thing. We may stumble at times while we're implementing this, but we are going to try to really make sure that every family is included when we send anything out, so they understand that they are a valued part of the Germantown community. And the last thing I want to touch on is the bias in curriculum. We are going to be looking at the curriculum to make sure that there is no unintended bias towards any group. And so we want to make sure that every student feels seen in the curriculum and is represented in the curriculum. And so we're going to be looking at it and just assessing different parts of it to see if it can be improved at all. So that is a little bit about the equity focus of Germantown this year. We're really looking forward to being partners with you on all this, and we're really looking forward to having your kids have a fantastic and successful year.
Thanks so much, Mr. Parker. Now, I'd like to turn it over to the PTA for a brief greeting from their leadership. And I want to say thank you to all of our parents and caregivers who are with us in person and via Zoom for partnering with us on your child's educational journey. Have a great night.
Hi, I'm Gabby Bastidas. I'm your new PTA president. My daughter Miranda will be in first grade this year with Mrs. Fox, and my son will join the PEP program.
I'm Stephanie Broderick, the vice president. My son is Luke, and he will be in first grade with Miss Minahan. We really wanted to just say hello, give a warm welcome, and let you know about some fun plans the PTA has for this school year.
We have planned a lot of fun activities for the families, for the kids, for the teachers. We have the trunk or treat, book fairs, teacher appreciation, so I hope you can join us.
Please feel free to email Gabby at her PTA president email address that can be found on the school's website. And if you ever want to voice concerns, have questions, or have any just new ideas to pitch for the school, please feel free to join us at the monthly PTA meetings that will be at 6 p.m. every Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month. Some will be held in person and some will be held virtually.
Well, thank you for being here and have a really nice year at Germantown Elementary School.